up 1-0 in a best of 3.
Yeah, and we're finally getting that 9th round underway. And this is going to be very, very important. Of course, both teams want to start on Axis because you can just be a little bit more comfortable, get a little bit more of an advantage. And either way, it's going to be a close game.
Has the
That's
knife
all
round,
we can promise.
Has the knife round changed now that you can equip your knife?
It's a little bit more consistent,
Yeah.
I would say.
I know there's some players that on the knife round consistently get maybe 3 kills and things like that, but regardless, it looks like Endpoint are going to win, and obviously they take the Axis side. I would be interested to see what London's going to do if they're going to, throw their smokes and try to push a site all together and get off a, a force onto a site, or if they only have 2 smokes, 3 now. 4 smokes. So maybe 1 mid, and then they try to execute on B. That would be my guess, but going to be interesting to see as there are only 2 smokes on the Axis side. That mid smoke does come out, and they are working towards B. Not going to be any presence in Trench shown, so going to work up next to Carr, and Cinda actually goes down to Max Strafe early on that mid wall, and up to Mark here. He almost peeks out, and I think they see the barrel of his gun. He's going to have to fall off. They're going to come right through these white doors, and they're going to spot one out on site. Needs to get at least one of these kills before he goes down. Fake, turning at the last second. The leader getting a kill. Now a 3 versus 5 for Endpoint. Mark comes through the smoke, but the leader gets the knife onto him, making it 2, and Zlatan gets his kill. Replin left alone in a 1 versus 4 across the map. Bomb is going down, and London coming out strong in this first round.
Yeah, very strong performance. They used the smokes to block out any view, and they was just peek through that door altogether to get that frag onto Fake. And then every single player other than that just fell 1 by 1. And just Replin left alive. And there's not really much hope that he can do here, but he can try to take some weapons and get some economy for himself, but that's not even going to happen.
No, not going to happen. And you're on the Axis side. You want to win that first, so not the best look for Endpoint. I think it was Cinda went down in Trench there. I think he tried to smoke it and play in it, but Max Strafe just privy to it, hanging out on that mid wall. And we're going to see some Thompsons come out, the M1 still, but just more importantly, we see 3 nades on the side of London Esports.
And 4 smokes once again. So we could be seeing something similar, but with the incorporation of nades, maybe to get some players off guard, it'll slow them down.
Cool to see how they used the smokes. They threw them at the entrance and then just went in the front door of B site. So kind of caught Mark off balance. He wasn't able to get his frag. Fake now playing in the trench. Needs to get this kill. He is going to chase for it. Make sure he doesn't get baited. Meanwhile, Daxton gets the frag onto him. Just trades coming across the map, and just like that, Endpoint once again in a 2v4.
Yeah, just seconds into game, and it just went around that mid trench, but they have managed to bring it back by 1, and it could get another one, but Replan's been pushed back by Azuma, who's continuing his string with the Thompson. Maybe he just should stick with Thompson the entire game.
Looks like Replan, no, I thought he was going to save, but he's just going to get a better angle on Azuma, but it looks like Azuma's actually waiting for that. And you see Cinda still playing, so they may be able to get this kill wood wall if they are smart about it and playing patiently enough. He gets the first tap, and going to get pressure, does get that kill, so now a 2v2. We do see that the leader is peeking out the front of Big Barn and may be able to be traded. It looks like we'll get that, but Zlatan trades him out with a wall bang through that door, so it's just London are showing up very strong here. 2-0 already.
Okay then, and the lead is actually picking up the scope, as well as the fact that Max Strafe's going with the M1 Garand. Only 2 smokes this time. Well, I say that, and they just messed it by 4 smokes with 3 nades.
But the first big buy, more importantly, coming out from Endpoint. Replan on the scope, and they don't have much utility.
We could be seeing a scope battle, and they have smoked Replan off, which is typical.
Yeah, and we haven't seen anything come out. It looks like they're still going to pressure this B site, and they need to get these frags. Maybe with that scope, Reflex are playing at the front of Big Barn, going to be able to get some STG tags, but it's kind of slow play coming out for London Esports, switching up a little bit, not trying to force anything. They know that there's guns on them this round, so they're not going to take those fights as they were. Fake playing a little aggressively and kind of get into this corner that's just so hard to hold. We do see P. Diz sitting in the closet with him, so they're going to be able to have a crossfire as the entry, but about 45 seconds down in this round, and Max Strafe gets the first kill. Reflex are going to be able to get the frag on his Latin, gets taken down very low, and they may start to work B here. Daxton going to try to work in the front of the site through these doors, and he should be killed by Fake as soon as he comes through. But Fake actually maybe walking the wrong direction. Daxton gets taken down as Fake finds him, turns and needs to get at least one of him just spraying and trying to stay alive, but Azuma gets it. Reflex are now pushing onto site, and I think Azuma, no, someone was able to get off. Tries to come back on and getting a lot of damage done. These players are just running out of bullets. Turns on him with the pistol. Reflexer with an important kill now in a 1v1. Cinda has a lot of work to do. 30 seconds left, and Deleter does have the bomb. Fake plants that with the scope and going to walk around, see if he can find any of these angles. Cinda just going to ADS and see if he can find him on site. Does get the shots off into him. It is a scope, so he is going to back off and play this safely. Another fake plant comes out for Deleter as he is going to ADS around, and it's going to start running out of time. Cinda's not going to look, and he gets the kill. A huge clutch from Deleter. Reflexer has 3 kills, but it's not enough.
It is not enough, and it's quite interesting how Reflexer played that. He expected to come from the front despite the fake. He knew it was a fake. The time was just too low for that. But what a great round for London, and it was a close round. Like, it was frag after frag after frag from either side. But in the end, London able to bring it out on top thanks to Deleter. And he gets to keep his scope.
They can't afford close rounds right now. It's going to be close round after close round, but it's already 3-0 loss. They're on Axis, so they need to pull it together, and it was a forced buy. We see some MP40s, some STGs, so they use their utility. They are going to have a little bit of an economy going, but they really need to win this run and just get themselves on board.
Let's see if they can get on board on this round as the push towards B is happening, and Fake being a little bit wary around Fountain, expecting a player to be close, and he's looking to peek, but the timing might not be in his favor. He keeps looking away, and he pushes, and it's Azuma waiting there behind the bicycle to get that frag. Now there's a man advantage for London.
Maybe a little bit of impatience there. Daxton playing on the other side of this wall, and Mark's got to be careful. Daxton may be able to walk around. Not sure what angle. Reflexer, I think, is just holding that door next to him, and London has slowed this down completely. We still do have, I think Max Strafe has been holding this angle for about a minute now on A long. They could rotate off if they want to, if they get taken down or if they notice that there's 4 players over here for Endpoint, but the clock's ticking, 45 seconds left, and London are just trying now to make a move. Daxton is still pressed aggressively, and Endpoint slowly but surely are kind of inching their way up on the site as you see the X-rays come out. 30 seconds left, and the smoke goes. Reflexer gets the first on the Daxton, and they're just taking a little bit too long to get on the site. The leader picks up the scope, not able to get the shot through the pillar there, and 25 seconds left. Mark still laying down on site, gets aim punched into the headshot. Zlatan trying to walk up Carr, but Max Strafe is still over on A site, so this is going to be the round for Endpoint. Finally, right?
Yeah, finally they get around, and it was just due to the too patient play from London. You can see that was just waiting for an aggressive play to come from. Again, 2 frags.
These are not kills that they can really afford to lose here.
No,
Max Strafe doing a lot of damage, and he was over on A for a while with that scope. Winds up just kind of pinching in with the M1, and may silent climb up? No, he doesn't. So does just fine too, but they're pretty important kills.
Yeah.
Endpoint, that's the first round they won. They don't really have a bank built up. Obviously, Mark able to keep his scope, which is good enough, and he can send his money elsewhere, but good job from Max Strafe to, you know, a silver lining out of a lost round.
Exactly. Like, they made the economy still bad for Endpoint, so they only able to get 1 nade as well as 5 smokes. Whereas the other side, they do have 5 smokes to play with, and they could still play around where they want to go, but that patient play from London just didn't work out for them.
And Mark going to be playing with this scope, just kind of holding next to Carr, and it may work out as the first jumps, and Mark hits that shot. The rest of London are behind him, not going to choose to wallbang that as the smokes are coming out, looking up in the air, maybe trying to line up a nade. Fake is playing aggressively, and he knows that this is coming. Doesn't look like London Esports really want to come off anytime soon, and they don't have to as the leader walks in front sight. Fake gets the kill onto the leader, but it's traded off Daxton now, this next one to go on, and they should be able to get there. Reflexer's the only one here and doesn't have the best angle. Yeah,
but the smokes from London not too good as Reflexer does have an angle onto the site. He knows that there's one person planning and he's trying to get an angle, but he just can't seem to see it. Now he finally does, and he gets that headshot onto Daxton, giving his team an advantage.
Oh, Cinda didn't see him sitting in the corner, something that he just didn't check, and Zlatan needs to stay up so his teammate can be safe on the bomb. Just needs to waste time here as it looks like they're going to single him out and go for it. Gets the second kill onto Reflexer, now up to Replan to get a 1v2 here. Should hear Zlatan, still knows that he's over there trying to safely make his way onto site, but Zlatan's just holding that angle. He's not going to let him cross. Actually holding maybe a little bit of a wide angle. Still on site and wins that gunfight anyways. London just winning round after round, resetting the economy, and now Endpoint's poor again.
Yes, Zlatan making a cry there after winning that round, and
I would too.
Yeah, especially in that round where you were the key figure, and as soon as he got that kill into Cinder, you saw 2 players focus straight onto him. Azuma was just left alone, and then he still managed to kill one of them, and then that was when the round was over, and they keeping their lead and making Endpoint's economy suffer as they have to go for a half buy.
Yeah, Endpoint really can't afford these losses. They need to switch things up or play differently, and Replan seems to be doing that, but he doesn't have a gun, and he's just trying to run straight up mid. Max Strafe goes down as well, and they're just dropping. Obviously, it wasn't a big buy since it's an eco, but you'd like to see them at least get maybe one kill on it, but London's not going to give it to him. Maybe Synda can find it, does get the first, and going to get back into house. Meanwhile, Mark does as well, so getting some damage done, and I think he knows bomb down, so in not the worst position in the world. Mark just waiting for that head to show, and I'm not sure if they called him or not. They know he's there, and he's waiting for a one-tap. Sees the head show, can't find the kill. It looks like Zlatan's trying to pull up the back as well, but he's just going to grab that bomb and run straight to A. Good job by him of identifying that A is completely open. We know that there's 2 players over there. Let's go get the free plant and make them come to us.
Yeah, it's the best play here. Play on your terms and playing on their terms. And he will be able to get the plant in. Interesting plant spot. So he's going for their spawn, and he just stays there, allowing them to come from him. Look at Zuma's position and his timing not great enough, as Mark will take him out, making it a 2 versus 2. And Endpoint has an argument that they could try and go for this.
I think if they can find a kill maybe here in the next 10 seconds, they'll be able to go. Synda, he is going to check the angle below him and actually can't get it. Mark is there to trade it, though. So in a 1v1 with plenty of time, 30 seconds left, does have a smoke and will try to close off that long spot. Going to actually, no, doesn't make any trouble for Zlatan, who's just laying down here in the closet with the MP40. Mark kind of running out of time, only 20 seconds left, as he did have to run across the map. Zlatan just holding the door, and he does see him. Actually gets a shot off onto him. Going to tap the bomb. Just playing a waiting game here, and Zlatan's not going to repeat this. I don't see Mark winning this round. Zlatan does, and Mark's going to get the defuse. He should have just enough time left. Zlatan tried to jump back to long and coming down to the wire here, and he gets the defuse. Huge clutch for Mark with 4 kills on the round. Why did he peek?
I guess it's because, like, he thought he might have stuck it, so he had to check it, but he did a wide jump, hoping that he could just get across.
That is a huge round for Endpoint. I would be so tilted if I was Zlatan right now.
I would be so tilted if I was an entire
That's
London
an eco.
squad. That was an eco, as well as the fact that they had a man advantage, and then they just threw that man advantage away, making it 1 versus 1.
And maybe that's what Endpoint needs to get themselves going. Maybe a let's go cry after that, and almost get a kill on the leader, as they do have a good account. They took the guns off. Mark was able to stay alive, and they do have some weapons, so maybe Endpoint's going to start to turn it around. We see Fake playing on the edge of the smoke, and I think that's Max Strafe on the roof, or one of the players for London who has been there, but he's not going to make himself known. He's just going to play in the smoke and hold control of Trench. It's been a little tense, but it has slowed down here in the first 30 seconds of this round. Everyone gets to their aggressive spots and then relaxes for a little bit. As I say that, Max Strafe just walks straight out from car, and Reflex is able to pick up that kill.
Yeah, poor decision making from Max. They're just walking out.
A little impatient, a little antsy maybe.
Especially after that round, you can understand why, but you need to just sort them out and make sure that you can try and get as many rounds as you can. Against a team like this, you can't afford mistakes, as they do smoke off logs, giving them some space to work with, and I think Reflex might actually want to peek out of that STG and Barn.
Time is ticking, and Reflex is going to peek out wide. Is going to try to get the wall bang. Not sure. He did not get that kill. Fake picked up 1, but it was traded. Reflexer finally does kill Zlatan, and 28 seconds left. Bomb is here at the front of the big barn. He's going to try to win, but cannot do it. So now left alone is the leader with the scope. May just want to save it or pull out the pistol. Looks like he's going to save and run straight to spawn, but Replan is there. Almost actually loses that, and he does. The leader gets that frag, and maybe going to take the car off him. No, he's just going to run back and just completely save this. So at least good that he gets the gun off Replan and is able to save the scope going into the next one. But Endpoint with another important round. Yeah,
another important round, a final round that they definitely need to start racking up if they want to stay in this series. There's a Reflex up single-handedly taking down London pretty much.
Yeah, if we check the scoreboard, I think Reflexer should be sitting kind of high up there. Yeah, 8 kills, top of Endpoint. On the other end, the leader with 8, and you can tell why, but all of London seem to be on the board. It's pretty similar across Endpoint. Synda just looking to pick it up a little bit, and you think once he does, maybe Endpoint will start stringing together more rounds.
Yeah, you can see that there was a 3-kill gap amongst all of the London boys, and then on Endpoint, there was a 7-kill gap, right, bottom and top.
Almost a headshot from there, him coming out with that. But he's been playing this mid position, which London really hasn't gone through, but this seems to be the round that they're going to do it. 3 players running through smoke, and he's just playing on the edge of it. Sees the first, gets the +5, but he is knifed by Daxon. Replan with the scope, gets the first kill long, tries to get the quick scope, but is at least going to stay alive. Reflexer rotates over, and is just going to run through this smoke and try to get him from planting the bomb, but the bomb will go down, so a good plant at least. Max Stray finds his frag, so a 2 versus 3. Reflex are going to walk through, and this should be easy for Endpoint. He does show himself, but Azuma wins his gunfight. Now a 2v2, much more doable as Replan misses his shot. P-Diz is there to clean it up. Max Stray frantically trying to get to site. Once again, just kind of running out when he doesn't need to, and a good round to at least get the bomb down, but London Esports not able to close it out.
Yeah, at least they get the bomb down, create some economy, but they also make the economy quite respectable in the hands of Endpoint, taking out 3 players in that round.
Replan with 2 scopes, actually going to pick up another weapon to give the other one to Mark, so a smart play, and you can just see it's the top tier, man. They're communicating everything they can, and you got to feel for Cinda there. Gets the first kill, immediately gets a knife to the throat and goes down from, I think, Daxton, but regardless, they brought this back. We're now sitting at 4-4 heading into the 9th round, and yeah, full set of nades from Endpoint.
Full set of nades for Endpoint, as well as the fact nearly full set of smokes for London, as they do another deep mid smoke. Looking maybe go towards A once more.
Got to be careful that Cinda is overwatching this A long, as there are 2 players working over towards it. They're going to send 2 towards the other side of the map, and we've seen a lot of teams be doing this. They kind of try to trade on B while they're taking A slowly, and going to be up to Replan and Cinda to identify this. Replan looks away at just the last second, so if he repeaks, could be in for some trouble. The first one peaks. He's not going to get baited by that. He's seen it so many times before. Now Daxton getting pushed actually takes out Cinda. No need to get there, and Replan taken very low sitting in spawn. So this is an A take, and it looks like it's working well enough so far, as Azuma is on site. Reflexer gets Zlatan on the other side of the map, so they do have sight, but did lose the man advantage. Replan with the jumping shot onto Daxton, a huge kill. Maybe a misplant, should have been a little closer to ammo, but hindsight's a little easier there, and he just tries to walk through. Azuma, I'd say London aren't looking like they did the past couple rounds in the beginning after that round that Mark won.
Yeah, after that round, they seemed a little bit tilted, maybe miscommunicate. Maybe they're arguing with each other, because that can be common. But they need to sort maybe take a tactical pause, maybe talk about it, see what's going wrong, and try and switch things back on. But that will not happen, as they will stick to their Thompsons and 5 smokes and a nade. Maybe we're going to see back to B, which is what was working for them. Yeah,
I think they just go back to B, which exactly what you said, and it's exactly what they are going to do. Maybe a little delayed. Replan not going to get any of these through the smoke, but we do see Fake playing in the trench as he has been, and this round's going to be on him for the information. P-Diz is going to see the nades and the smokes come out and going to try to get to a favorable position. Going to lock down the front door here, going to peek out wide and gets the first kill onto Cars. Latin goes down. Doesn't have a teammate watching his long and looking to get the second, and runs away, runs straight into a grenade. Got a feel for him there. Now up to Reflexer. Sitting here on the platform, gets the, no, cannot get the first kill. Dax is there to trade it out, and the bomb will now be planted at the back of the site. This should go down relatively easily. Fake looks away at just the last second, shoots at a dead body for good measure.
Yeah, you need to double tap. You don't want them coming back from the dead. But he does manage to take down Fake.
Such confident play, and Dax with another kill on the Replan. Cinda now left alone and has to come all the way from A. Wasn't able to join up, and you think maybe if they were able to retake together here, they would have had a better opportunity, but Cinda just not in a really good position here. Maybe just going to take his MP40 and run.
Yeah. Just go back to his room, cry in the sheets as they lost that round. 4 people surviving for London as well, able to take away the scopes of Endpoint. And look at Endpoint's economy.
Yeah, 0 coins across the board except for Mark, who a little unfortunate there. You know, you expect he gets the first kill, and then he's expecting one more to come through, but the nade gets him on the retreat back through. So Ozuma maybe going to be able to get this kill on Cinda after time. 3, 2, 1. Does not get it. Which is fine.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot if he did get that kill, and not too much of a downfall if he doesn't. And as you were saying, no money for Endpoint, and we're getting close to the end of the first half. Endpoint really looking to have an advantage going into the second one, but it's going to be hard to do if it's only Gavers. They're saving for the last point of the half here.
Yeah, and looking at London, they're going to stick with their Thompsons. They've got a lot of smokes, once more 5. They already used one for that mid, and it's like Cinder's trying to switch things up, pushing mid. Question is, will London expect it? They seem to be expecting to see players. They are ADSing around Mana. All these smokes in the way, it's going to be difficult, as Cinder does find Daxton, even finds a second onto Azuma. This push just been destroyed immediately. Max trying his best, but it's just not enough as the round is over just in seconds.
Yeah, double kills for both Cinda and Reflexer there. Kind of changing up what they were doing. Reflexer getting close on Car, and once again, it's one of those eco rounds where you just throw everything out the window. Sure, I'll run through the smoke mid, and I'll just get a quick +10. Why not? And they're looking to make this 7-5, and I think that would be, after their poor start, they would be definitely happy to see a 7-5. I think they were down 1-4 at one point. Endpoint?
They were down 1-4.
They are going to try to get some control A as the leader is taking the scope over there, and they're not going to find anyone as Endpoint simply aren't playing it. Which may work out, it may not, but it's going to be a slow round regardless. I imagine Deleter's going to be checking all the angles left and right before he can take on the site. As I say that, Replin is starting to come around a little bit. And I think they're boosted there, London Esports in the back towards Courtyard, looking to get some kill onto Reflexer, and Strafe actually does get off that boost spot, so maybe spot it out. Meanwhile, Zlatan does see his foot through the wall, tries to shoot at it, but I believe that Cinda is keen to it, or just gets lucky that he brought it back at the right time.
Yeah, he stood up just in time.
Oh, Deleter does get the kill on Replan, who tried to wide peek out, and now Cinda left alone on A, going to start to get squeezed. Taking a lot of damage and just needs to stay alive here. It's going to have to be a pistol coming out for Deleter as Max Strafe gets the headshot onto Reflexer, but the kills are coming out left and right. P-Diz getting 2 there, and Cinda finding the frag onto Deleter, so just like that, a 2v3 for London Esports. Fake is still here in the closet, and he's going to be able to stop this bomb plant.
Just stays in radio, stops the plant, and it's all up to Azuma to try and clutch this out, and he has got 1 frag onto Mark, and he just needs to find 2 more. 1 in radio still, which is fake, and he smokes.
A deep? No, he throws a nade. A kind of a deep dead nade, and I don't know if Azuma thinks that he's still there or not. Gonna try to bait, and the fake plant comes out for the second time. Fake doing an excellent job. Just I probably sat in that closet for nearly a minute in the round there, and essentially wins it for him as Mark coming up with that +10, and then Cinda getting the frag onto Deleter, trying to work through A. Kind of saving the day there since Replan went down so early.
Yeah, and you have to say one thing, Endpoint able to recover so well in that first half. Now it's on to the attack to see who wins, and this first round is so important to see what that's going to happen. If London gets it, they're going to close the gap, but if Endpoint gets it, they could increase the gap as well as get several more off the back of it.
And Endpoint definitely with the momentum right now, especially after that last round. Cinda going to get pretty close long A, and it looks like it's going to be an A take. Azuma sees the first and is just going to try to jump and strafe right back. He wasn't able to see how many were behind Cinda, and the call has not come out that it is A as of yet. So if they're able to close the gap and get this kill, they may be able to get the bomb down without too many repercussions. But kind of up to Azuma here to see if he can get at least 1 kill or more than that. Sees the first player cross, and he was spotted, getting a lot of damage done, but I don't think he knows that there's more players just kind of waiting to push at the same time. He does have a teammate in Max Strafe who's going to come around, but he is taken down by Reflexer. And they're just starting to execute this. Gets the first headshot onto Replan, jumps back around this dark barn, but not able to find it. Gets some tags and not able to find the second kill, so they are getting onto site. Daxter with an important role here. Needs to get at least 1, but does not, so the bomb will be planted. Now 49 seconds for London Esports to get on this site and retake, and without any smokes or nades or guns, really, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, especially since there is this lurking player, which is fake. He's going to cause some issues. You can see he's already tracked Zlatan to try and find it.
Yeah, and he's just wasting time and just playing it so patiently. Really impressive how cautious he's being, because he's going to bait out the first shot, and they both re-peek it, but he does get that kill. He's just holding such tight angles, gets the leader, finds a favorable gunfight, and should get this second kill as well. Or just going to waste time.
He's wasting
Maybe
time.
not the prettiest gunfight you'll see this tournament, but Fake doing his job, and Endpoint, Reflexer, and Cinda getting 2 kills apiece, just executing. Azuma doing as much as he can there. Max Strafe not able to really provide the support he needs from that A barn position, and a bomb plant, 4 players staying alive. It's looking good for Endpoint moving into the 14th round.
And like I said, once they won that first round, they can try and chain a few together, just like London did when they won their first round. They got 2 more, and then there was 4-1 up, and then Endpoint obviously made their recovery. This can be exactly the same thing, but this time Endpoint's got the more advantageous position. Yeah,
and if they do that, they'll be on match point. So Azuma going to get close A house, and I'm not sure if they're hearing anything. I don't think they're going to expect him to be so aggressive. He is making noise in this house now, so made his position known. They're going to try to peek together. Reflexer gets the first kill onto Max Strafe, and Azuma's actually taken low. May spam the smoke. No, doesn't, but the Garand is so strong. Reflexer setting up at 17 kills already in this game.
Yeah, the Garand is strong, and Cinder trying his best, but he's been brought down low. These 2 players on loan and have to push him to try and take him out, and they do, taking down 1. But look at Fake on the flank, is
so patient. He's such a patient player, and Zlatan's at least able to get that second one, but it's important Fake gets one because the bomb is down and they need to get back there and just get something working. I'm not sure they spotted Azuma, who should get a kill for free here. Mace find the second. No, actually did not see him. So Replan with the Garand needs to get at least one of these kills, and it's just a timing thing here. They're not finding the bodies they need to. Replan going to come back around, needs the shoulder peek, doesn't expect them to be close, and gets shot at, falls right back off, and they need to work together here. Mark needs to team up or just kind of hurry as Azuma does go down. Replan going to jump back, and they're just playing so high up on the map. They're playing for the bomb. They know they're going to say, Endpoint, you need to come to us. And it's going to be hard.
It will be difficult as Replan will start to push in. Zlatan will be able to get that first frag before trade comes in, and Replan gets the final kill. And it's increased to 9-5, but
I hear some screaming over there, and Endpoint feel like they're on fire there. That's just a great bait and switch. Mark goes in first. Replan doesn't even shoot his gun, so Zlatan still thinks he could be coming through spawn and able to clutch that out. It was looking good for London there for a second. Fake not able to get the double spray, and they had bomb, but just not enough, and Endpoint are now up 9-5. We do see the first buy coming out for London Esports on this Axis side. We see Azuma with the car and 2 smokes and a nade, but still not really the buy you want to be sitting on.
No, but they do have that car, which is the most important buy. If that car can do some work, and the push from Zlatan is good. Taking down Mark very early on, and if it wasn't going to be Zlatan, it would have been a nade.
Really well played from him there, and they need to switch things up, and what does he do? He runs straight up mid. It works a couple times a map, and you just need to make sure you're keeping them honest, and Mark wasn't ready for him. So Endpoint a little bit slowed down here, and you see him congregating back at that plane crash. Going to see if they can work up long A, and Azuma's just in that strong spot. Actually, he's not playing behind the site. He's just kind of on the ground next to it. Cinda with a nade here. Not sure if that's going to land anywhere near him, but Azuma should have this first kill. No damage coming out. Does get it onto Fake. Just kind of changes his position a little bit, and if they shoulder peek this one by one, they're going to be in for some trouble as Azuma is playing very patiently, and the nade comes out right on top of him. Replan just guessing exactly where he'll be. Max Strafe getting taken very low in A site, and they are just swarming him. Cinda picks up the kill, trading with his teammate, and Daxon going to try to walk through and gets the bomb planter, knows where the second player is, and Replan able to jump down and get him. So a 2 versus 2. Zlatan going to try to walk through A barn here, and going to get shoulder peeked and play it a little safely. Meanwhile, the leader's going to walk through that maze position up to Cinda to win this gunfight, and he does. Only one player left alive, and that's going to be Zlatan. Gets the first kill on the other player as Long with an M1, so going to be very hard for Zlatan here. Maybe he can find some type of Gewehr or carbine or anything, but instead he's just going to try to close the gap, but he's not going to let him. Jumping straight to site, has a fake plant, and Zlatan knows all too well about playing this long position in a 1v1. He's going to try to push this. Replan's just playing on the other side and backs up, playing it smartly. Does a wide peek, and Zlatan makes up for it in a nice 1v2 situation. Huge round for him, 3 kills.
Huge round, but it's cost so much for them. Losing 4 players as well as the car. If Zlatan can pick up the car back, he might help. He does manage that, but very costly, and Endpoint still have some tokens to play with.
Yeah, a needed round for London. Instead of being 10-5, it's closed a little bit to the 9-6, but a little scary there down at the end, down to a 1v1, and not something you want. And as you said, their economy is not that strong. They have a scope and 2 unscoped cars, so they're really kind of banking on these long-range guns. They've completely given up with the SMGs.
Yeah, as well as the fact they're going for lack of utility, so they're going to try and just hold the long-range angles, hope these smokes don't cover them, and try and get those shots.
That being said, Endpoint's just going to smoke off B and run straight to it. You see the execute coming out, and first smoke goes down. Replan gets the kill onto the leader, so already an advantage, and B site is empty. Fake's going to try to kind of clear these angles, picks up a car of his own, and as you said, he's strong with that, so London either need to get on site or have a very strong retake, as this not looking good for them so far. Bomb is now planted. And they're going to call for a save here.
It is probably the best thing. They don't have the economy. There's 5 players left alive. They don't have any utility to retake. It's a smart move. Most teams will try and go for it.
Yeah, don't force it. Maybe just go hold each other's corners and take a deep breath, right? Relax a little bit, slow things down. They have 30 seconds to they can hold their angles, obviously, but talk about what they want to do next round and how they want to change things up. But it was just Replan. We see 1 kill in this round. That's it. There's 9 players alive on the map right now.
It's insane, but
it's a smart play.
It is a smart play. When you get shot at the site, you shouldn't really try and go for it. You see in other games where you have weapons which you can save over as well as an economy system. It's the smart play. It's for the longevity. Yes, they lose this battle, but do they lose the war? That is the real question.
And as you were saying, no utility, so they can't throw those smokes onto B long to try to, move up white box or just come in from any angle. So they just full save here, and Endpoint's got to feel good about that, but they do need to play honest and, you know, be a little worried here. They still do have 2 scopes, but Endpoint are playing at a pretty small economy. I'm not sure who's upgrading or not, but we do see, I think, 2 carbines still. Looking at the scoreboard, Reflex are still sitting up there at 17 kills. Cinda picking it up a ton, and London, a 3-kill spread again. They're all just so consistent on the same level with each other.
But sometimes you do need that player which just steps up massively. And London, I think, is missing that.
Oh, great nade from Fake, just perfectly landing on the back of that car. I was going to say maybe Zlatan's going to be the player as he's playing up aggressively with the car, but it's not going to work out. And now kind of on the leader as there's going to be 3 Endpoint players working up back. Daxton gets the kill onto Reflexer, so the trench push is shut down, and Cinda just jumps straight around the leader, gets deleted off the map, and now Daxton needs to do something here to stop this bomb from going down. I think maybe he'll walk through the smoke, but they have to be watching it, so... Oh.
He's going for it. No one's watching it.
Yeah, he's going to. He's going to get the first kill, and the bomb does go down. Almost gets a second kill long, gets sprayed through the smoke, so a valiant effort, just not enough, and Max Strafe now lit very low at the white box, so they at least know where one of these players are and just need to have a strong post plant for Endpoint here. London Esports had a huge save last round, and they really need to win this one, otherwise it's going to start to get out of hand.
Yeah, and then the rounds will start to fall behind as they do try and defuse, but Zuma covering his teammate. Can he get enough one? No, he cannot, as Cinder does get the frag.
Send a huge 4-man on the round for him. He opened up in that B house, and then there just taking the gunfights one at a time, and now London Esports is in a pickle. They don't have too much money. They're going to have to force up to try to keep it off of match point because you don't want to fight 7 rounds just to get a tie, and it's not looking too good for them. That being said, we saw some comebacks earlier in the day, so I'm surprised we haven't seen a timeout from them, honestly.
Yeah, that's the most surprising thing. I expected them to have a timeout to try and slow down this momentum that Endpoint's been carrying and try and focus on what can we do better, what is going wrong, why are we losing these rounds. Maybe they have a good idea why they're losing these rounds, but they just can't adapt because Endpoint is just that good.
Azuma playing aggressively pushed up here and maybe able to get the kill onto Mark if he's not careful. Mark looks like he's checking that angle, though. It doesn't matter. Azuma still gets the kill, so he did switch it up a little bit, just kind of banks a nade off the wall. Not sure.
Don't think
smoke there. And it's slowed down. So London, for the first time in what seems like a long time, are up with a man advantage early into the round.
Trying his best, and he can't get that frag onto Cinders. Cinder will take him down, so the man advantage has gone, and it looks like
a boost coming out A-long?
Boost coming out from A-long. I've seen this boost from Endpoint before, but this time not really yielding any results.
Yeah, kind of a strange angle, and they're just not getting much out of it, as we do see Max Strafe is just playing behind those hay bales, and got to be a little worried for him. If I were him, I would just kind of prone out and wait as the bomb is being ferried up towards A-long. Max Strafe still just sitting here. We do see nades on the side from Endpoint, so maybe going to see that pin pulled. And Max Strafe, we've seen him get a little impatient before, and maybe he'll peek it, maybe he won't. Fake, meanwhile, on the other side, is just showing his gun barrel, trying to keep them over here, but I think the call has come out. The smokes do as well. Daxton just completely smoked out, almost gets some tags through the smoke, but not finding a kill quite yet. Up to Max Strafe here to get at least one, gets the first, goes for the second, and does get traded out. Replan finding that frag, and Reflex are going to try to plant this bomb. The leader going to try to walk through the smoke, and he's getting taken a little bit low. Jumps through the smoke, and the +10 coming out for Replan. Now a 1v2 coming out for Deleter, and there's not enough time. Deleter should have this round. Gets out in the nick of time, and they will find the frag, but huge for London Esports. Really smart play for him to just back completely off, and Replan with 4 kills, Cinder with 1, but they still don't get the round win.
Yeah, incredible. Like, the timing just wasn't with Endpoint, and then the lead just realized that and just hid behind the car because he saw a play coming from Big Barn. Just really great work. But now it's again going to be a struggle for them because they all died. They don't have the weapons or the economy to do anything again. So now they're stuck on MP40s. Daxton on a Gewehr and just 5 smokes to try and combat this heavy utility and weapons of Endpoint.
Zlatan gets the first kill and is traded off, so they do have the middle of the map control, and I think since that smoke goes down, they do know there's more than one maybe over at the A-long, and with that, they're going to work up B barn. Endpoint trying to figure out where they want to go, maybe kind of faking back and going, hey, some type of call coming out, and I'm not sure what information was seen or what was given to them, but they're going to completely rotate. They went all the way through trench and are going to start now working up long. Once again, up to Azuma to shut this down before it gets there. He's got the MP40. Definitely the gun to do it. He just needs to at least get 2 kills here. And they're not going to check it.
Oh. Because why would you expect someone at a long house? But the thing is, Azuma's not going to check behind him.
Azuma here, they're just walking past it. They have not made a single piece of noise. The smokes are going to come out, and Azuma's going to turn around and see 4 players, but it's been a little bit too late. They're now getting on the site. Max Strafe is in this A-barn position and goes down. Azuma needs to make something happen, and he doesn't. A little too late as Replan takes him down, and it just hurts to watch. They made no noise walking up A-long there, and now London Esports in a 2v4 retake. Oh, it's brutal.
It's brutal to watch. All Azuma had to do was just look behind him, and he could at least got 2 kills with 5 players looking the other way.
Hell of a call coming out. They were all the way through trench and just walked for 30 seconds all the way up A-long, and no one's expecting it, because why would you? You wouldn't want to turn around because you haven't heard a noise since the beginning of the round. So it's hard to see happen, but Endpoint are going to take it to the map point. And they have been showing a lot better here than they were on Derailed. It's their pick, so obviously they are confident on it, but it's just been a lot of impressive plays.
Very much so, and going into possibly the final map, Liberation. Endpoint looking strong again, and London under this pressure just aren't really looking the same as they did on Derailed.
Yeah, I was going to say, they were kind of fighting for their life there for a couple rounds and doing well under pressure for a little bit, but it's not really coming through here on this second map. So Endpoint looking to close it out. London Esports maybe do have something up their sleeve, and a little bit of a glitch there over on the side. You see everyone's health is 0, so we will try to call this better. Max Strafe getting aggressive again, and P-Diz shuts the kill down from Zlatan. They know he's there, and they're just shutting this down. Looks like London Esports is just trying anything to make something work, and it's just not happening. The leader going to try to push up through car, but Endpoint really aren't changing what they're doing. It just doesn't look good here for London Esports. No, Fake going to take out Daxon on the other side of the map. The leader just shooting in the back, and you're getting so many bullets done, but it's not going to work out. Mark gets the kill onto Azuma. Now the leader left alone in a 1v4, fighting for this second map, and does get the headshot. A glimpse of hope here in a pretty bad situation.
It's a very bad situation. It's possibly losing the map, and so many players he has to find.
And who's that running away? Replan's not even going to give it to him. They just, you know, they got the bomb down. 40 seconds left. They have to stay alive, and the leader's got to do something. He's kind of wasting some time, and obviously wants to play it smart. But it's map point. You need to do something, and they're not gonna really give him anything. Would hate to see this time just run out. Want to see him, you know, go out punching. But Endpoint's not going to move because they have no reason to.
Yeah, they can just hold these angles. They don't need to hunt. They know that Deleter has to come to them. Otherwise, it will be just going on to Liberation. And as the time keeps ticking, Liberation is 100% on this table, to be honest. There's nothing which they can do. And Cinder will finally get that kill and will be moving